Hello, lovelies. This channel today feels epic. Like I feel the energy like pulsing through my veins. Some of it might be the coffee that I had. Oh, I probably need to cut back on the caffeine, but in all seriousness, I feel electric, and you guys could be feeling this way as well. They're also showing me the movie Electric State. That movie could be significant for someone. Someone could have just watched that movie, or you've been wanting to or feeling called to. All morning, I've been hearing the phrase, you're meant to be an influencer. You're meant to be an influencer. And I'm hearing millions of followers. For some of you guys, you could already have a platform, or you're starting to see your platform grow. But for many of you, most of you, you're about to step into visibility in some way. And some of this electricity that you feel is anticipation for what's to come. And it could also feel like a little bit of anxiety because you feel the magnitude of change that is about to happen. And I'm hearing on a cellular level. So they're saying DNA. For some of you guys, your DNA is literally shifting. And I'm hearing ancestral line. They're saying this is in your ancestral line. And they're telling me that you could have had someone in your line that was a celebrity. And they're saying this is generations back. I'm getting 3, 4, 5 generations, up to 6 generations back. And you know this. There's someone here, or a few of you here, you know this. But you are meant to be an influencer, and right now you are waking up to your power in a way that you could not fathom before because you weren't ready. And they're saying January through March is going to be very significant for you, and you are going through a DNA and cellular level activation. You're preparing to embody celebrity energy. This channel is so epic. I'm hearing you're next in line. And this celebrity energy can show up in a magnitude of ways. So you could become more visible in your community in some way. Volunteer. You could actually show up online and start posting more on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. But overall, your magnetism is what is increasing. You're becoming more magnetic, and you're becoming more grounded in your body and more sure of yourself, and you already feel this energy. For some of you guys, you've known that you're meant to be seen since you were very young. I'm getting the age of 4 could be very, very significant for you. 4 and 6, 12, 13, and 18. Those are the ages that they're giving me. So you could have had something significant happen at those ages as it relates to you being seen in some way. For some of you guys, you could have been in the arts when you were younger or in high school. Could have participated in plays. They're also giving me Broadway. I'm hearing Broadway. For someone here, your dream could be to perform on Broadway. Okay. So they're showing me the movie Burlesque, and the scene at the beginning where she's like, I looked around in my town and I saw that no one had the life that I wanted, which ultimately led her to, wow, this is so powerful. I feel this in my heart chakra in my chest, but which ultimately led to her moving and becoming the star that she became. And for some of you guys, I'm hearing the phrase without a plan. She moved without a plan. You could be, okay. For someone here or a couple of you here, you could wake up one morning and, okay, yeah, because they're giving me, I've been doing this meditation. I just started this 31-day challenge where I'm doing a meditation by Erin Doughty. That was given to me by Natija. If you guys watch her content, I did a session with her and she gave me that meditation. And I did it for the first time yesterday and I already felt myself shift. Dramatic, like I can't even tell you. It was like a switch flipped, and that's just for me doing it from one day. And I'm going to be doing it over the next 31 days. And the meditation is shifting into like a parallel reality is what it's called, by Erin Doughty. But Spirit is telling me that you could wake up one morning and be in a parallel reality. And they're also telling me that they're working on you in your dream space. So you could be having these crazy dreams, crazy vivid dreams, or very symbolic dreams, very psychic dreams. And they're saying that for some of you guys, you're going to wake up one morning and be in a different reality. And you're going to have this urge, for some of you guys, without a plan. And you're going to know this is for you because the idea of that doesn't really scare you. At one point, it might have scared you, but now you're so comfortable in the unknown, you wouldn't mind doing something without a plan if you felt called to do it. And that's what it's going to feel like. And I'm hearing you're going to have what you need, the resources that you need at the time to make this change or to do something without a plan. For some of you guys, this could be moving, starting a business, launching something, just doing something that you did not plan on doing the day before. Like you just wake up and you're like, it's time. It's time. I'm picking up on Taurus energy here. Taurus, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, Leo. You could also have a very significant water placement. I'm getting Cancer, a very specific Cancer placement. I actually think the full moon is in Cancer. I don't know if it was yesterday or today, but there's a full moon and I'm pretty sure it's in Cancer. And so there could be something that's activating within you right now during this full moon. Look at where the moon is transiting in your chart. What I like to do is look up the transit on astrosig.com and you'll scroll up, it'll say transit chart, and you put everything in and you'll see where the moon is transiting your house. And I type in what it's activating for me on ChatGPT and it tells me a little bit of what it's activating. So I kind of understand the energy that I'm moving through and how to work with it. So they want me to talk about what it's activating in my house. So the Cancer, I'm pretty sure it's in Cancer, is activating, the Cancer full moon is activating my 5th house, which is the house of creativity, romance, fun, play. And so I'm being called to show up creatively, and that this is part of that. So yeah, that could be activating something very significant in your chart. In the last channel, I said that there were some readers in this collective, specifically tarot readers is what I said, and you could be being called to get more decks. So if you read tarot, Spirit could be calling you to get oracle decks or vice versa. I'm hearing Season of the Witch. Season of the Witch. Okay, Spirit is also saying, because, you know, when we hear influencer, we always think like beauty influencer or lifestyle or, you know, someone in that kind of category. But if you're a reader or if you're doing spiritual content, you are also an influencer. and the work that you do is very important. And they're saying it is the season of the witch. So if you are a reader, okay, for some of you guys, you could be like me and really struggle with accepting your gifts. I actually, when I did my session with Natija the day before yesterday, it's in that session, I feel like I was able to accept myself, like finally accept, because I had done an astrology reading with, and sorry, I'm talking about myself. I don't want to take away from your reading, but I feel like it's significant. So when I did my astrology reading in October with, her name's Ruby. You could find her, Ruby Wolfstar, I think is her username on TikTok and Instagram. But when I did my astrology reading for her, with her, I said for her, with her, she told me that I needed to learn tarot. And she said that it would be good for me to learn astrology as well and do sessions with people. And that was in my birth chart. But there was still a part of me that didn't want to accept that. And I kind of wanted to lean more into just talking about what I learn and like knowledge-based content, which I still want to do, but this feels more natural for me. And so she said that, and then Natija said the same thing. And she said that she had had a vision of me, you know, picking up my tarot deck and like putting it back, which I do all the time. And so in that session, I really feel like I accepted, like, okay, I am this person, like I do have these gifts, I am meant to use them, and it's time for me to show up fully as myself and authentically. And so that is what is happening for you at this time. You, especially if you're a reader or you have psychic abilities and you're struggling to accept these gifts that you have, you're going to be finally accepting these gifts. And this is your confirmation too that you are meant to start showing up and using those gifts. Or at least practicing. For some of you guys, it's just going to be practicing and getting comfortable with a deck. And there are all kinds of influencers here in all different kinds of categories. And they're telling me they want you to contemplate on what being an influencer means to you and how you want to show up as an influencer in your life, right? Because the word influencer just means you know, have influence over people. So in what ways have you influenced people in your life, you know? Even like people that are close to you, not even people, again, that are online. Because I'm hearing you are an activator. That is the word. You are an activator. Hence why you are an influencer. You activate people just by being yourself. And that is why you are an influencer, why you're meant to be an influencer, because you influence people in a positive way. And you're just now really beginning to see your light, your magnetism, your power, and beginning to embody that. And it might feel a little uncomfortable at first stepping into this for some of you, but for majority of you, you've done so much work on yourself. Stepping into this version of yourself is going to feel like second nature. I'm hearing new beginnings. New beginnings. For a lot of you guys, you are moving. I'm seeing the Chariot in my mind's eye. For a lot of you guys, you are moving. For some of you guys, you could be getting a new car, new clothes, new wardrobe. And all of these physical manifestations are so that you can embody this influencer energy even more, because when you are in an environment that nourishes you, you activate even more, therefore influencing and activating the people around you. Wait, is it this finger or this finger? I think it's this finger. Okay. I'm seeing Jadina in my mind's eye. You guys could watch her videos. I'm also seeing some kind of convention in my mind's eye. Someone here could be into role play. or someone here could want to be an actor or actress, but I'm seeing a convention where you walk into somewhere and they have all these tables set up. But they're telling me it's metaphorical. Hold on. How is it metaphorical? What are you trying to say? Oh. I'm hearing you're going to set up a table. You could be hosting events this year, a retreat. And I'm hearing the phrase going on an adventure. It's time for you to go on an adventure. And for some of you guys that do want to do lifestyle content, you're meant to share these adventures. You're meant to share these experiences that you have so that other people see that they can have those same experiences, right? Because when people are exposed to something that they wouldn't normally be exposed to because of their circumstances or the life they're living, it helps their mind open up and for them to see that they can manifest a new reality or step into a new version of themselves. Because you're an activator. And through showing your life, for those of you who do want to do lifestyle content or a specific niche content style, I lost my train of thought. Shoot, what was I saying? It'll come back. Shit. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe I wasn't meant to share that, whatever that was, what was trying to come through. Maybe they're like, stop, too much. Because in the last, channeled message I did, they were saying that they didn't want me to give away like all the manifestations that were coming in because they want you to be surprised. So, I keep hearing the word activator. You're an activator. They're bringing awareness to my throat chakra as well. My throat chakra feels a little tight. Someone here could have a sore throat, or you could have been stuttering a lot recently. It could feel like you're in a Mercury retrograde, even though Mercury isn't retrograde right now. I'm sure it's not. I don't think it is for another few months, but you're clearing out your throat because you're meant to share your story and your message. I'm saying podcast for some people here. Oh yeah, you're definitely meant to share your story. Your story itself is an activation. Your truth is an activation. Your testimony is an activation because you are an activator. And for a lot of you guys, your throat chakra is very, very powerful. Your words are very, very powerful. And your words are meant to be influential. For some of you guys here, you could also resonate with the term starseed. You could feel like you're not from this planet as well. And you truly could feel like you came to assist in some way, which is why you're being called to influencing, because in that space, you're going to be activating. You're going to be activating other people and showing people a higher timeline, a new way of being. And it's going to be in a way that's never been done before. I'm getting that you're very multi-dimensional and you have so many gifts to share, and you're meant to show that you can exist within all these different realms seamlessly, and you don't have to choose just one way to be. You don't have to stick to one particular niche unless you want to. And for a lot of you, there is going to be one thing that you're really, really good at. That might be, the center of how you make income, or at the center of everything you do, and you branch out there. But the point is, you're multidimensional and you're meant to embody all of you through that multidimensionality. I'm hearing Kundalini awakening. So for some of you guys, you could be seeing snakes. Someone here could be seeing snakes. And this is a symbol of you fully activating. And I'm seeing someone's chakras light up all together. I'm literally seeing like the Kundalini energy and the snake going up through the spines. Yeah, you're going through like a full body activation. And you know, when we hear Kundalini awakening, oftentimes we think that there is this big event that happens in your body, and that's true for a lot of people. Some people activate all at one time, but for you, because you've been healing over time, I'm getting the span of like the past 5 years, your chakras have been aligning little by little, and over the next month to 3 months, everything is going to start flowing seamlessly. And they're saying like your masculine and feminine energy are going to be very balanced, and this is what's going to really activate you and help you step into this new version of yourself, this new timeline that you're going to be walking down. So you basically are going through a Kundalini awakening, but not in the way that people think of when they hear that term. And I'm hearing, don't put yourself in a box, and don't put spirituality in a box, which is a term that which is what Natija told me in our session. She said, don't put spirituality in a box. And so that could be a lesson that you're learning right now as well, because maybe you thought you were going to show up in a specific way, or you were going to do something in a specific way. You were going to be in a specific way. And I'm seeing someone like break from chains. So you're breaking all of these spiritual chains, you know, because we go through that phase in the beginning where we do get a little attached to spirituality and the way we want it to look and how we want to look. And it's just part of the process. It's part of shedding layers of your ego. But Spirit is saying that you're breaking all of those chains and you're going to be activating and influencing in your own way. And for some of you guys, this may not even be talking about spiritual content or showing up in a spiritual way. People might not even realize that you are spiritual and you are walking this path and on this journey. You could be spiritual by being. And that's the whole point, right? Because when you're integrated and you're standing in your truth, you don't have to portray yourself as spiritual, and you don't have to talk about spiritual concepts or ideals all the time. You just naturally embody it. And that could show up through, if you're doing lifestyle content, how you are living your life. Or if you're doing beauty content, that shows up in your creativity and your expression, right? Because everything at the end of the day is spiritual. They're wanting me to talk about how I came to this realization where, because when I was, you know, going through that phase as well, and I just came to this place where I'm like, yeah, everything is literally spiritual. Like, when I look at everything, like jobs and, you know, career, that's the same thing, jobs, career professions, just life in general, like all the physical, like I see everything through a spiritual lens. And so I had this realization where with sports, I was like, because I like watching sports every now and then. I grew up watching football with my dad, and that was how I kind of bonded and connected to him. And for a little bit, I was like, what is like the point of sports? And then I realized, oh, like sports are so spiritual because it requires discipline. It requires devotion. It requires being in a meditative state and really honing your skills, right? Because when someone's dribbling a basketball down a court, they're not thinking about anything but getting the ball in the basket, right? And so you have to be in a meditative state to do that. Or you are in a meditative state. because like everything around you just kind of drowns out and you're focused in and you're honing your skills and you're being disciplined. And that in itself is spiritual, because being spiritual requires devotion and discipline, even if it's not to like spirituality itself, right? You're doing that in some way in your life. And that is how the masculine embodies spirituality as well. Because, you know, women are more connected. I don't know why I'm going on a tangent about this, but women are more connected, naturally more connected and gifted spiritually. And men kind of have to hone in on that in some way in their life. And it comes through different forms. And for some men, it's sports. For some men, it's, you know, doing construction. For it's whatever calls to them, or whatever, you know, path they're walking. That could be significant. Maybe I feel like that perspective is so needed though, because a lot of the times we think of spirituality in one way, like one tunnel vision. Even in making this video, when I'm talking about influencing, right? So yeah, don't put spirituality in a box. Don't put yourself in a box. And I don't think you're doing that anyways, but that's just what came through. I'm hearing, my back's hurting from sitting on this bed. I'm hearing, stick to the stuff you know. And I'm also hearing, like, leave it all behind. I'm hearing something, I'm hearing leave it all behind, like, I think that's a song, but I can't really tune into what it sounds like. But that phrase could be significant. There could be a song that you love that's called Leave It All Behind. I'm getting that it's a rock song. Leave It All Behind is a rock song, but what are you trying to say, Spirit? What are you trying to say? There are some people that might try to come back into your life as you become more visible and magnetic, and Spirit is saying leave it all behind. Now, it's up for you to discern what that means, right? Because there could be someone that comes back into your life and they're aligned with you. So it's really just about using your intuition and figuring out what's best for you and what aligns with you. But for some of you guys, there are going to be people that come back into your life and you know they don't align. And some of these people could have drained you of your light, of your life force. And Spirit is saying, leave it all behind. And these people could also be confused by this new version of you, especially if you're embodying more of your spirituality, or you are posting more content because you do want to be an influencer. They could be like, they could have that mentality of that song, right? Stick to the stuff you know. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, who do you think you are? And you're gonna be like, I've always been this person. You were just blocking it. You were in the way, you know? So Spirit is saying, leave them behind. Leave it all behind. I'm also hearing you're meant for this. You are meant for this. It was always meant to pan out this way. And you're about to see everything seamlessly come together. And it's going to be the moment that you've been waiting for, because you could have really struggled over the past few years and wondered, is this worth it? Is this going to work out? What is the point of what I'm doing? And I'm seeing 333. What is the point of what I'm doing, what I'm going through? How is this ever going to come together? And Spirit is saying you're about to see it all seamlessly come together. Everything is about to make sense. Every trial, every tribulation, every tear you shed, every person you lost, every person that doubted you, all of it's about to make sense. And you're about to see how all of that shaped you into walking the path that you're about to walk, into being the walking activation and influencer that you're about to be, that you are becoming, that you are stepping into. Oh. There's like so many, I feel like this is a big collective because I'm getting like so many different channels, so many different kinds of people. Like they're telling me that there are singers here. I just saw someone on stage, poets, writers, authors. I'm literally seeing someone sitting at a desk typing. So someone here could be working on a book. You could be finishing up a book. You could have already published one and now you're publishing another. And very specific message coming through. If you did not see, or if you did not get the outcome that you wanted from that first book, then prepare for 10 times, 20 times as much of what you got from that first book with this second book. Someone here could be starting a blog as well. Yeah, there's like a big throat chakra activation happening here. The upper chakras, throat, third eye, and crown, there's like a big activation happening. It's like you're connecting to the divine in the most, in the deepest way that you have yet. And you could be receiving a lot of downloads at this time. And I'm hearing, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. You know the way. I'm also hearing that it couldn't have happened. You could really need to hear this right now. It couldn't have happened any other way. Like everything lined up perfectly to get you to this point. I'm saying 333 again. Everything lined up perfectly to get you to this point. And 12, 12, 12. I mean, I was about to say 12, 12, 12. 12, 12. 12 could be very significant. And they're bringing my attention to the fact, so I was supposed to have my session in October. Well, no, I scheduled it in October, but I didn't have it until January. And it was just like a mishap. But I know I was meant to have that session 2 days ago because I wouldn't have been ready anytime sooner because of the things that I've gone through over the past few months. And I heard exactly what I needed to hear in that session then, and also in the session I had with my astrologer in October. So, and I also had so many false starts when it came to getting on YouTube and when it came to really embodying my spirituality and talking about it, because I had to come to a place of self-acceptance. And so I had all these false starts and I would, make accounts, delete them, post content, delete it, all to get to this point where I feel very grounded in myself and more accepting of myself than I ever have. And I know that none of it could have happened any sooner. Like I couldn't have been this version of myself any sooner. And so that is what Spirit is wanting me to tell you. You couldn't have been this version of yourself any sooner. And if you feel like you're behind or you're kind of starting late, which I don't really feel like you're feeling that way, but this is just a message to boost you and to remind you that everything is happening in divine timing and exactly when it's supposed to. And they're bringing me to a phrase that, or a verse that I wrote in a poem that says the slowest is the first to last, or I can't even remember my own verse. It's been a long time since I looked at my poetry. I took a break from it, but the slowest is the first to actually last. And it's saying, like, Spirit is saying, when you build that strong foundation, you know that it's going to last, right? Because your foundation, when you take the time, especially if you've been in a season of isolation, if you take the time to build a strong foundation within, that foundation is going to be unbreakable, right? Because it's not built on the external. It's not built on validation. It's not built on, gaining material items. It's built from within, and then everything else flows naturally from that. You're building from a solid foundation, and that foundation is coming from within yourself. And so you needed that time to build that foundation, and now it's going to be unbreakable. It's going to be sturdy, and nothing, especially if you're becoming an influencer, you know that you're bound to receive a little bit of negativity, right? It's like a byproduct of it, especially at the beginning. And that's just the reality of the world we live in, and allowing yourself to be visible and allowing parts of your life to be seen. And so this portion of your life, the past 4 or 5 years, you've needed to build that foundation so that when you do become more visible, when you are more magnetic, you're able to sustain that, and you have a relationship with yourself where you know yourself so deeply, and you love yourself so deeply, and you accept yourself so deeply that that negativity can't affect you as much as it would affect someone else who just got thrown into it, right? Which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just their path, right? We're on different paths, but for you, this was the path for you and what your soul wanted. So now you're going to be kind of coasting into this timeline where you have a baseline of peace, a baseline of worthiness, of confidence, of self-love, which is very important. I did not expect this channel to be so long, but I'm vibing. Are you guys vibing? Oh. Also, if you don't know how to say my name, it's Equasia, because I know my name is kind of crazy, but my name is Equasia, and I go by Quay for short, Q-U-A-Y. So they're showing me Game of Thrones. That movie could be, not movie. That show could be very significant for you, Game of Thrones. Specifically Daenerys's, I think that's her name. I haven't watched it all the way through. I've only gotten to season 3. So I think her name is Daenerys, but her character arc, especially, through the first few seasons, could be very significant for you. You could feel very connected to her character. They're also showing me Yennefer from The Witcher. If there's any character I feel connected to, it's Yennefer. I love her. Yeah, specifically mastering her emotions. How she mastered her emotions, her chaos, and contained it and channeled it in a positive way. And so you could resonate with that. And all Spirit is saying, they want you to bask in this new chapter of your life, in this new beginning, and celebrate yourself. Be proud of yourself, because your ancestors are so, so, so proud of you, and they're with you, and you are being guided and held in this new beginning. I'm getting the name Rebecca, and I'm also picking up on a grandmother on the other side. And 78. So this person could have passed when they were 78. Yeah, the name Rebecca is coming through. Charlie as well. The name Charlie's coming through. But with Charlie, I'm getting a younger age. Someone much younger. Like toddler. Like, in my mind, he has blonde hair, blue eyes, and he looks like he's like 4, 5, or 6. That's very, very specific. I don't think I've ever gotten a channel that specific before. I'm also getting the name Lucy. Lucy. Is that the girl's name from the newer Hunger Games movie? Ballad and Songbirds? I think it is. Lucy Gray, yes. That character could be significant. Because I was seeing her too, and I was like, that's her name, Lucy. That character could be very significant for you. I'm hearing you could, her strength. You could relate to her strength. Someone here can really love music. I'm also seeing sinners in my mind's eye. I was feeling very electric at the beginning of this, and now I feel so calm and at peace. That could be how you're feeling right now. Very calm and at peace. I actually feel a little emotional too. Someone here could have lost someone recently. I feel someone here with me, but I'm not getting who they are. But someone could have lost someone recently, and if you have, I'm sorry. Whoever this person is, they're helping you walk into this new beginning. Okay, and Spirit is wanting me to pull a tarot card. I swear I did not expect this reading to be this long at all. Okay. I have a Nine of Cups in reverse coming out. For some of you guys, there could have been something that you wanted to work out, but it didn't. And you felt disappointed about it. And this could have been within the last 6 months. But I'm hearing it wasn't time yet. And there's a better opportunity coming. The World. You have definitely completed a cycle. That is confirmation. Completed a cycle. And walking into a new timeline, which is what this whole message has been about. So I love when I get that confirmation. Okay. Yeah. Knight of Cups in reverse, and then Two of Swords in reverse. A lot of blue here. Throat chakra. There could have been someone that made a lot of false promises and didn't pull through for you. There was something that didn't pull through. And I'm picking up on a person with the Knight of Cups in reverse. And I'm hearing false promises. And you finally made the choice to leave this person behind. That's actually what we were talking about earlier. Leaving people behind, letting stuff go. So you finally let this person go with the Ace of Wands. Yeah, confirmation. I just looked down and there was the Six of Swords on top of the deck. We also had the Ace of Wands come out. So because you left this person behind, when you cut a cord to a timeline, I feel like this was like the last lingering thread to a timeline that you were in where you were like sacrificing what you wanted, or maybe you couldn't fully be yourself with this person, or I'm just getting like they weren't fully being honest, especially when it came to how they felt, and they were like stringing you along, or they said that they wanted to commit but they didn't, something like that, where something didn't work out. This could have also been an opportunity, but yeah, with the Ace of Wands, you manifested a new reality and the closing of a cycle when you closed this out and made the decision to let this go. Saying one more card. Yep. Expansion. I'm really drawn to the worlds. For some of you guys, you could be traveling. I'm seeing the Chariot in my mind's eye again. Yes, someone is moving. Someone is moving here. Okay, any last messages? I'm hearing the term hold yourself. I'm hearing the phrase hold yourself together. There could be a song that has that in it, or like the name of a song is what's coming through. But they're also just saying that you don't look like what you've been through, for one. And the person that you're about to become, the influencer that you're about to show up as, people aren't going to be able to hold themselves together, for one. It's like you're going to be holding yourself together in a way that people don't recognize. Like, people are going to see you and be like, who is that? Like, what's going on? Is this real? And yes, it is real. I'm seeing 555 in my mind's eye. So this was your confirmation. Yes, you are magnetic. Yes, you are bad. Yes. What did I say before? Shit. Yes, you're magnetic. Yes, you're badass. Yes, you are a walking activation, and you are meant to be an influencer. And it's time for you to receive everything that you deserve and you've worked so hard for. Yes, I just seen the Justice card in my mind's eye. So I love you. I hope that this reading resonated, or channel resonated, and I will talk to you soon.